this is Fox from Team 1000 Years of Pain with my friend Kemoy. We're going to do his deck profile. What type of deck is this, Kemoy?
This is Mist Valley Ninjas.
Alright.
First off, we got triple Hanzo.
Alright. You're on 3 Hanzo.
Yeah. You want me to go into it?
Yeah, go ahead and explain a little bit of every card for me.
Alright, Hanzo, when he's special summoned out, you get to add a ninja to your hand, and when you normal summon him, you get to add the ninjutsu card to your hand. So, I don't know, he's just really, he's good. He's a good searcher.
Okay.
He makes a lot of combos off him.
So he's the searcher of your deck?
Yeah.
Alright.
Searcher, and he opens up a lot of combos.
Let's go ahead and go on, move these out of the way. Go on to the next card.
Next is 2 Ebisus. I prefer Ebisu over Upstart because he's a wind, and it combos good with the Valley, the field spell. And he's really good when you have another ninja on the field, because that way you can bounce up to like 2 or 3 spell cards in your back row, in your opponent's back row, and you can push for like more game.
Alright, so he's the pusher, or he's the bouncer.
Yeah.
Alright, so good. Let's see.
1 Upstart.
Now, why do you only run 1?
Because I don't like ditching the traps too much, and 1 is really good because it helps you get any ninja you want sometimes, like to get deck thinning through. Just 1, because you can call the haunted him,
so you can get him back.
Yeah, he's never like gone for good.
So that's the ninja part of the deck?
Yeah, those are all the ninjas.
Alright, let's go ahead and go to the...
Next is the boss card, Apex Avion. He can, when effect is activated, he can target 1 Mist Valley card I control, even himself, to negate the activation and bounce back that targeted card.
Okay, so it returns a Mist Valley card, and it negates the activation of...
Negates and destroys the activation of any card effect.
Any card effect. Alright, that sounds pretty badass. Let's continue then.
Next is 1 Thunderbird.
Alright.
Him and Apex is just a deadly lock right here, because you can keep bouncing back Thunderbird and negate anything Thunderbird special summon back out to the field. So
Thunderbird special summons out when he gets bounced back.
Yeah. So he just keeps coming back and coming back.
So why do you run only 1 Thunderbird?
Because he's not like a really good card to draw. He's only like 1100. He's not going to be that good to withstand blows or anything.
So top decking is pretty bad.
Yeah. Sometimes you want to search him out with Divine Valley when you got a chance.
Alright. Let's go ahead and go on to your next card.
Next is Triple Falcon. You need Triple Falcon because you have a lot of continuous track cards that stay on the field, and he just helps you reuse them and re-abuse them and all that good stuff. He's 2000, so he gets over a lot of everything else.
Okay. Sounds pretty good so far. So he's the beater of the deck.
Yeah, he's the beater. Next is 1 Shaman.
Let's try to go down this way, less glare.
Alright. Shaman, she's a tuner, and you can search her with the Divine Wind. And she can bounce cards too, like she could bounce any of the wind cards, or any card to gain 500 attack points. It's just good when you have the Divine Valley on the field, so you can search out whatever you need.
Alright, so she helps the Mist Valley engine.
Yeah. Next is Birdman.
Alright.
That was all the win cards right there, I believe. Yeah, that was all the wins. Birdman, he's dark. You can return 1 card you control to the hand to special him out. So when you return a wind monster, you get to search with the field spell. And usually, like if they Veiler or Hanzo, you can bounce them back, summon out Birdman, and just wait again next turn to summon.
Alright, so Birdman helps set up combos, but opens up synchros and helps with the field spell?
Yeah, and sometimes he can even be 1900 if you bounce back a win, so he can
be a beater too.
Yeah.
Alright. Sounds like he's a key part of the deck.
Yeah. 1 Spare Ripper, because sometimes you just need to sit back and defend a little bit because you don't have all the pieces you need for the combo or the setup. So Spare Ripper is just good to have.
So you're very combo oriented with this deck.
Yeah. 1 Dark Arm is between this and Dark Samorg. I kind of like Dark Arm because he's more powerful, but Dark Samorg is another option to go with transformation in case you don't have everything for the big bird from Apex Avion.
Alright. So you haven't decided if you want to have him or Dark Samorg yet. Alright. So far so good. So that's all your creatures?
Yeah, that's all monsters.
How many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Only 17 monsters.
Alright. Also, I apologize, YouTube. I don't have my tripod, so I'm holding this. Alright, next, let's start with your spells.
These are spells. These are the Divine Wind I was talking about. This card, you can bounce it back with Apex too for negations, and when once per turn, when a face-up wind monster you control returns to your hand, you can search your deck for a level 4 or lower wind monster, special summon it. So you can search for a lot of things. You can search for Ebisu if you got ninjutsu arts, sitting face down, search for Ebisu, special summon it. It really creates a lot of plays, OTK potential too.
Alright, so it sounds like this is one of the cornerstones of the deck.
Yeah, it gives you a little bit of a toolbox ability for the deck.
Alright.
And terraforming to search out the field spell.
Alright, so you prefer 1 terraforming instead of 3 fields?
Yeah, because when I had 3 field spells and 1 terraforming, I always drew field spells, and they're like, they would almost never get destroyed. So you don't really need all of them in your hand. So this 2 is fine.
Alright.
2 duality to just help out sometimes, I guess.
Speeds up the deck.
Yeah.
Does no special summoning hurt your deck a lot, or?
Not really, because you could summon out, say, Hanzo, search, duality for whatever. And you could just sit on that, or you could summon Falcon and just duality.
Alright, sounds good so far.
1 monster reborn.
Go ahead and just put out all the staples. I don't think you have to explain them.
Dark Hole and 2 Mystics. I don't run heavy because I run a lot of back row, and back row is really essential for the deck, so no heavy.
No heavy. Also kill your field too.
Yeah, it kills my field.
Alright.
1 Swords. I love this card. I love it.
And why do you love swords in this deck so much?
Because you can return, when Falcon attacks, you have to return a card. So you can keep bouncing back swords, and like, if your opponent can't attack, it really hurts them. Because it gives you like 3 turns of just basic setup and control.
Alright.
Yeah. Reinforcements for the search.
Search is for your Hanzos usually?
Right. Any ninja, yeah. Mainly Hanzo.
Alright. So you got another search card. Not bad. Now it's on to your traps.
Onto traps, I got 1 Compulse.
Now why only 1?
Well, I want to run 2, but I'll probably take out a Fiendish Shame for it, maybe. Because Compulse, you can compulse your own monsters and get a search out with Divine Wind sometimes too. On your turn, or on your opponent's turn, to return 1 monster you control, search out Falcon for some defense or anything.
Alright.
And then 2 ninjutsu arts, only 2, because mainly I might go up to 3, I don't know, but 2 is fine for now, because you can keep bouncing them back with Falcon to attack, or something when they get stalled out or dead.
So they're reusable.
Yeah, they're reusable.
Does the creature die when they get bounced back, or is it only when this card's destroyed?
When this card is destroyed, the creature dies too.
Okay, so bouncing it doesn't hurt your deck at all.
Yeah,
Alright. Sounds good.
Next is 2 Solemn Warnings.
And you do the Solemn Brigade, it looks like.
Solemn Brigade, yeah.
Alright. Negation a big part of this deck?
Yeah. There's a lot.
Alright. Consider that a staple in a lot of decks.
Yeah. Triple Call the Haunted.
Now, why do you run 3 of these?
Just in case, because it really helps. It opens a lot of potential. Because sometimes you can call back, go into an Exceed, and it'll stay on the field. But that's fine because you have cards that bounces back, like Thunderlord, so you can keep using them all the time.
So, pretty much, you're going to use Call and bounce it back to reuse it.
Yeah.
Alright. Looks good so far. What's your next trap you got?
And 3 Fiendish Change.
Now, why do you run 3 Fiendish Change?
Because I can't get a Lance.
Because you can't get a Lance?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'll take out a Lance. I'll take out 1 for either another Compulsor or a Lance. But it's good because it's a continuous thing again. It's a theme of the deck.
Alright, so it looks like your deck's mainly trap heavy. What decks do you have hard time against?
Hard time against?
Like what meta decks do you have give you a little bit of a problem?
Agents.
So the Ancients?
Yeah.
With all their destruction?
Yeah.
What about Insectors?
Sectors, not so much. because mainly, like Insectors don't really have a big monster they can just special summon out, like point for point the big Thunderbird, Apex Avion. So you can just negate their effects, everything, and just destroy them.
Alright.
Yeah, so when they like go Dragonfly or something, or trying to put something, you can negate and destroy or Phoenix Chain.
What are good matchups for you then, like in the current meta?
The current meta,
Don't know? How do you do against Dino Rabbit? How do you do against windups?
I have not played windups.
They haven't played windups yet? What about Dino Rabbit deck?
Dino Rabbit? Not too bad. It's a pretty even matchup.
Alright.
Not too difficult. Macro doesn't really hurt the deck too much. You gotta call the Haunted. You have to take them out, side them.
Alright.
Doesn't hurt the deck.
Well, let's go ahead and look at your extra deck then.
Alright. Shockmaster.
Now, do you go into him a lot?
Yes, you can go into him. And I was able to go into him by putting in one Upstart Goblin, Golden Ninja. Because you can call the Haunted, Hanzo, search for Upstart, summon Upstart, ditch a spell, special summon Ebisu, bounce 3, go into Shockmaster, call anything you want.
Alright.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty good combo there. Let's go ahead and go to the next one.
Utopia, just a basic rank 4.
Stall.
Yeah.
Seems like you have that a lot in the deck.
Alright. Palpitative, just another basic rank 4 monster.
Alright. So far so good. Pretty much staples.
Blade Armor, you're running Warrior, so why not?
Why do you only run one Blade Armor?
Why only one? Because you only have so many ninjas, and you don't really rely too heavily on the ninjas. You get the ninjas, you do your things, you exceed, or you ninja some art with them. That's it. The main focus is the Mist Valleys.
Okay, so
you want to have Mist Valleys with Apex on the field.
So the ninjas just help you get to the Mist Valley engine. Yeah. Alright. Let's see here.
One Excalibur.
Obviously, same as the Blade Armor, you'd run one. Alright.
Maybe even 2, because this deck has a horrible matchup against really strong monsters. So Excalibur helps.
Alright.
Maestro.
Pretty much a staple nowadays.
Yeah.
It's
Leviathan, pretty much staple. Acid Golem.
Why doesn't run Acid Golem now?
It doesn't really hurt that bad because you can bounce it back. Cards. So yeah. I've never really gone into them yet though, but.
Well, the only reason I asked is he stopped special summoning.
Yeah. I haven't really gone into them yet though. If you're really desperate, you gotta go to Acid Golem. Zen Mains.
Stall.
Yeah. Leviair.
Why do you run Leviair? It doesn't look like you banish a lot in this deck.
You don't, but sometimes you might get one of your Birdmans might be banished and you want to grab it back.
Okay.
It's not really necessary. It's just helpful, I guess.
All right. Yeah. Is that all your exceeds?
Yeah, it's all the exceeds. Synchros, Gaia Knight, just a basic rank level 6.
All right.
Scrap Archfiend is just a good level 7.
Okay, so it looks like you're going for more for power with the synchro. So
yeah, and Thunderlord.
All right, what's this guy
boss
do?
God. Once per turn, either player's turn, you return a card you control to your hand and have this card gain 500 attack. So about those continuous track cards you have lying around dead, you just bounce them back. On your opponent's turn, you can set a Phoenix on your turn, you set a Phoenix Chain, activate it, stop their tour guide, end phase, Thunderlord, bounce it back, run over the monster, and just do whatever you was gonna do.
Alright.
We'll use Phoenix Chain.
Alright.
Side deck suggestions.
Yeah, let's see what you have, Jeff.
I don't really have a side deck, but we want some ideas, I guess, of Macrocosmos. We'll take out Call of the Haunted there.
Alright.
Chain Disappearance. I just like Chain Disappearance. It's a good card.
I agree with you there.
Prohibition.
So basically some staple side decks.
Yeah,
suggestions.
staple side decks. Maybe even there's this one Katakuri card. There's a Katakuri Ninja called Suzank, I think. When he's flipped, you can send the monster on your opponent's side and field to the graveyard. So it's kind of good because with Upstart, you can special summon in face down defense, so you can search that out. It's like a snowman. It's like a snowman deck. Another idea would be Starlight Road. You probably need to run Starlight Road in your side deck.
Okay. Why don't you have any mirror forces in your deck?
Mirror forces? I don't really find dealing with opponent's monsters that difficult.
All right. So you don't really need the monster removal as much.
Yeah, you don't really need all like deep prisons or mirror force, things like that.
All right. Any advice for people that possibly want to play this deck?
Just continue testing with it, see what you like, see what you don't like. I mean, there are changes you can make. You could add in Mist Valley Soldier for a level 4 tuner, and putting like Scrap Dragon to help you pop some dead cards if you want. If you're not returning enough or anything.
Alright, well thank you for your deck profile.
More question, anybody you want to shout out to?
Yeah, that's true. Anybody
want to shout out to? My friend right here. This guy, Christian.
Alright then.
Oh, don't forget to leave your application.
This guy don't know what he's talking about.
About to say, I don't know what he's talking about. Alright. Alright, well please rate, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching.